or we just stay fucking individual and we say like, whoa, we're all equal, fuck you, kind of thing.
Well, and I guess that's what you're saying with the idea of a NATO, though. Like, but see, that said, though, like, the reason that a lot of states are able to thrive is because they get a lot of the fucking kickbacks from other states, but also a lot of states have to pick up for a lot of their states. So I don't fucking know. That's an interesting idea, Brandon. We'll have to fucking break that down. Because I actually fucking, I'm against just, like, federal power in general, but if you take away the federal system entirely, then we lose a lot of the things that makes it so we're able to defend ourselves.
God, Hedora just looks like if you touched him, you feel like you're any part that touches you would like be molested immediately.
Where?
Like he's just all, you know, like how when you're swimming, like you get like your foot tangled in some seaweed or something, and you just feel violated. It's like that, but it's alive. So you would just touch him and like
Hedora?
Who?
Yeah. From fucking Godzilla.
The guy
Smog
monster.
So
Dude,
no, you're saying
cats.
it. I pronounce it. Hydra.
Well, they say Hedora in the movie, or Hedora,
Yeah,
or whatever,
I
right?
guess I've always pronounced it Hydra though. That's like when I hear Hedora, like even when they said it in the movie, like I didn't really recognize it honestly. So.
Well, that's the interesting thing that I've, like, fucking Americans, the way that we say, like, Japanese shit is, like fucking, we say, like, Hedora, or, like, fucking, like, Tsushima, or whatever, like, you're supposed to emphasize the vowels like that, but it's, like, fucking Japanese shit, throw it away a little bit more, like, fucking, Tsushima, or fucking, Hedora, or fucking, or Gojira, or Gojira, or whatever the fuck that is.
This was actually probably the better one. I told you guys I watched Godzilla King of the Monsters, the American version.
Yeah.
And I fucking wanted to kill myself within like an hour.
I told you.
Oh no, dude! Watching the full Japanese version is way better because the fucking it really. I'm actually like I just started watching the fucking Godzilla versus the Smog monster version that Catch actually told us to watch, and it's way fucking cheesier.
So, well, first question, did you guys watch the Smog Monster version on Internet Archive, or did you watch the HBO version? Because I ended up finding out that it was on HBO.
HBO?
Yeah, you said that like the day before we were supposed to do this original.
I know, and that's the version I ended up watching. So I own.
It's really cool. It's very.
No, I think and
it was good quality too. Like it was a good print.
It was the HBO Max version was like an original print, and it was also fucking it was like the actual Japanese is just more fun.
Yeah,
like especially because this movie is very trippy. Like I was not expecting.
Oh yeah, the fucking club scene and stuff, and like just the good practical effects.
Well, okay.
People getting gooed.
Just so you guys know, this movie like the reason I chose this movie, I saw this film like this, like, you know, there was a period of time when I was about from 5 to 12, and I watched a lot of Godzilla movies, so it was between that time, and this movie always stuck out to me as like very unique in the Godzilla films, and I couldn't quite, you know, like as a kid I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but like having revisited it now, it's a lot different. There's Godzilla films are not like generally like this. You can't expect.
Cats, actually break that down for me because that was one of the questions that I wrote down.
Godzilla is always
so
like
how
a scientist
compared to other ones?
It's always like it's supposed to just be like a scientist does a thing, and then it fucking creates a monster, or it's like a weapon, and then Godzilla shows up and there's a fight. That's like just how they're usually supposed to be. But this is like weird plot, and like there's like the weird subplot with the father and the son, and then like the people from the disco club or whatever. The chick that sings the beginning.
There's always
Hedora, that actually means pollution, right?
Yeah.
Like that's actually
apparently I didn't look that up, but apparently, well, like as far as like what's generally like a Godzilla plot, it generally does have like a kid. And that kid does generally have some kind of psychic connection to one of the monsters, whether it's Godzilla or like Mothra or somebody else, like or like Baby Godzilla. There's a really good one where like the kid has like a psychic connection to like the son of Godzilla, and like they talk to each other. And he actually has.
So do kids
like,
always have a psychic connection to Godzilla? Is that a consistent thing?
Psychic connections are just like a thing that happens. They happen a lot in the Godzilla universe. But
To Godzilla specifically, or
no, just everywhere. Like not just Godzilla. Like it's not always like to have it to be Godzilla was actually kind of like unique. It's not necessarily Godzilla every time.
interesting.
So
Interesting. Okay,
like
continue.
but like the kid has a psychic connection. They brush over a lot of that. Then there's like the is that the grandfather or is that the dad? I actually can't remember.
The dad's got the
The
fucking
scientist,
face.
he's the dad,
That's the
right?
dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like he's the scientist and like all that like the family stuff that's all pretty normal. What was like I guess like not normal for a Godzilla movie was you're never going to see animation first of all. Like the animation points in this film were like very like I can't think of another Godzilla movie that had animation. And
They were
Was
cool.
there not like a
They
Godzilla
were
cartoon?
huh?
Even nothing?
No,
they didn't even like
no,
do the
there was
Godzilla,
Godzilla
cartoon.
cartoons, but there were
That's interesting because that felt so natural.
no, there
for
was
this.
never another.
Eh.
I cannot think of a single other live action Godzilla film that incorporated animation, into it like in the way that Godzilla versus the Smog or Godzilla versus Hydra did. So
Yeah, I didn't like it personally. I thought it felt like I was watching Schoolhouse Rock suddenly, and it made me very uncomfortable.
yeah,
Like it's just sucking down all the pollution. I was like,
I don't know, like it was, but all the animation was pretty on the nose for the most part, but it was really trippy and really weird.
Yeah.
So I was just enjoying
was
looking at
well
it.
done.
It was
Just
like watching a
visually
Beatles
interesting.
cartoon.
well, and like it. You could tell it was aimed for children because like the way that they spell everything out, it's like pollution is bad.
Fucking
Like
opening,
polluting
the
is
opening
bad.
song.
You know, it's very on the nose, and so like everything feels like spelled out for school children, which is probably why like this felt totally natural as a child when I first saw it. But to skip ahead a little bit, the main reason that I chose this film was because of one scene, which is where Hydra or Hedora goes over the city and pollutes, like he's spraying or it's spraying this gas,
He's going them.
and
Yeah, when he
people
just
just
pulls
turn
them.
into skeletons. And I remember that scene way more dramatically.
Yeah.
I remember that for some reason. I remember that scene as he goes over the city and an entire city of people just turn into skeletons. Like I imagine.
Yeah, and then he flies through, that
That metal thing.
scaffolding of metal,
Yeah.
and it has no sound as it collapses.
Which was very
It's
strange.
weird, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like,
what
one
was
of, like,
wrong.
And then right after that, it cuts to like the whole fucking like trippy sequence where everyone's wearing the masks around that place.
Yeah,
and
which was kind of like COVID. Like there was some.
yeah,
COVID
no,
stuff
I was
going
that.
on.
This is a very. I honestly like. I don't know. Like I would definitely say it was a good movie. I wouldn't say I enjoyed myself entirely because there were definitely some weird like fucking parts in it and some fucking flaws and parts where it kind of dragged in my opinion. But like for the most part, it was just a very fucking interesting movie. It kind of got me in like I love the way that Godzilla is in this movie. Like I didn't realize that I don't think I'd really actually watched a lot of other Godzilla movies other than when I was like fucking 16 years old and I watched Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2. And is that a good one, Katz?
No, that's one of the '60s ones, and honestly, the '60s Godzilla movies, like I enjoyed them as a kid, but they're not good when you watch them now.
Well, this one's 60s as shit.
No, this is '70s.
Oh, this is 70s.
70s
Okay,
got-
like early 70s?
But
Like
early
what
se-
70s?
okay.
It's Tokyo
I have to
70.
say, early '70s Godzilla is very different from late '60s Godzilla because late '60s Godzilla was just there was no plot. There was generally zero plot. There was zero effort. It was basically like all people in rubber suits thrashing around, and like that was fine when I was a kid. But whenever I go back and rewatch a lot of the '60s Godzilla films, they're not very fun to watch nowadays. And that was why Smog Monster was kind of like, or Hydra was like a good like refresher, because I chose this just because it was my favorite Godzilla movie growing up. I always liked this one, and now I see why. It's different from most Godzilla movies. I I can't think of one that had like a lot of the stuff that happens in this movie, and it's on the nose. But I like the pollution angle. It makes sense with Godzilla, and I'm surprised they haven't.
It's kind
done
of
it.
weird though that it made more sense as I kept watching it, but like at first it was kind of weird to me that the smog monster is actually from fucking space. So like it's not as much of a human
Well, but he was
problem, but then
taking
like
he was taking advantage of all the pollution that we had.
yeah, he eats the smog.
Yeah.
He eats the smog. So.
He eats the smog.
And he's made out
Look
of,
at him
like-
suck it down from each smokestack like a hungry
Well,
Peruvian whore.
So
My
those
God.
drawings, those remember when they're doing that speech and they have those drawings in the background? Hedra looks awesome in those drawings. Like when he's inhaling the smokestacks and they have him like posed up, like that. He's like, it's a cool monster in concept. In certain shots, like when he's eating all the cars.
But it doesn't fucking look like the suit at all. The suit's like this weird wet tadpole,
It's
but
just-
like they draw him like he's this
When
like
they,
amorphous.
when they
really
fight,
cool.
he looks like a mop. When they fight, it looks like Godzilla's thrashing around a mop. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's
I bet
weird.
it's, and honestly, just it might just be like my fucking like modern perspective because I haven't seen a lot of movies like this in a while. But like I didn't buy the fucking size thing in this movie. I didn't buy that they were that big for a long time.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that-
felt small. Like especially
never-
when like he was.
Yeah.
Every time he brushed like the goo off, it was just like nah.
That's just Godzilla.
Yeah, no,
movies.
in
Practical
certain
effects
points
on
where there was like enough perspective and like
Yeah.
buildings and shit, it felt like it. But like during the whole like past like final third act, it didn't. There wasn't enough. And like when they did bring in like models and shit, they were obviously fucking models.
Yeah.
But also fucking it's old, and like that's a fucking bullshit criticism
That's
to
just
make to
all
a certain
Godzilla
extent.
movies. You're not gonna
Oh.
get anything more. Also, just because like I didn't bring it up at the beginning, and I'm the host, so I can just like stop everybody.
You can do that. You can
Look
do
at this.
this.
I
do whatever the
wore
fuck
my
you feel like.
Godzilla shirt. No one.
Oh, you're so small in frame.
I know,
You
it
can
wasn't-
zoom into that in post.
Well, it says Godzilla, but.
Does it have?
You can't see it.
It's Floria. Oh, does it have Godzilla on the back?
Oh man. One day.
You can't see
One
it.
day we'll
terrible.
like have not just this shitty green
Yeah, we'll have a
screen.
studio. We'll have a
Yeah.
studio, and we'll have like fucking.
But I
We'll have a big
also brought
hookah
my
in the
I
center.
also took my Godzilla
We'll have, like, an
toys out,
editor.
so it's fine. I don't know. I put.
People will be screaming at
So
us.
yeah, there's Mecha Godzilla here. Here's Flame Godzilla.
The flame Godzilla. Oh yeah,
Yes,
you do
what are
have
some
a-
other like just as we're going off on a tangent? What are some other really what if you were gonna like tell me now that I'm in like slightly more of a fucking like my anus of Godzilla appreciation is slightly more lubricated than it has been in quite a while because I actually quite enjoyed this movie for the most part. Like what are some other what are the best ones? Is this one of the best ones?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking
If
for
it doesn't get much
like the best Godzilla movies, Destroy All Monsters is good if you're looking for just lots of Godzilla monsters fighting each other. I remember liking that one a lot. This one's good because like it's I guess it's kind of like an artsy kind of Godzilla.
It's very trippy in a lot
Yeah,
of ways.
like
Very
this
interesting.
was artsier than a lot of the other ones that I remember. And then on like Godzilla 2000 is probably one of the best Godzilla movies.
The fucking Matthew Broderick one?
No, that's just called Godzilla.
Oh, that's just the Godzilla that came out in 2000, not Godzilla
No, that's
2000.
1999.
Not the Godzilla movie named Godzilla that came out in 2000. Godzilla 2000.
No, that came out in 1999.
Oh, okay, my fucking mistake.
No, I mean like it's funny like that's the
The
1999
woe of
American
being
Godzilla movie.
a Godzilla.
Then there was Godzilla 2000, and that's the that was the Japanese movie, and that was much better. That was a much better Godzilla movie. It's probably one of the best.
Came out in
honestly.
2000.
But then there's also Shin
that actually came
Godzilla.
out in
Shin
2000?
Godzilla is also good. So I don't know. That was very recent.
Shin Godzilla, that was that one that like came out as a response to like the fucking new America Godzillas, right?
Yeah, it shows Godzilla in a much different light. Like Godzilla is kind of parasitic, I guess, in that movie, which is interesting because like he's not it's kind of true to form as far as like his depiction in like the first film.
Yeah, because like isn't he's like fucking born out of radiation. He's just a fucking monster killing shit everywhere.
You're not supposed like Godzilla is a malfeasance upon like humanity in the first film. And so like for anyone to root for him in like subsequent films doesn't make any sense except for the fact that like he's just awesome. He's cool.
Because like I said, I watched King of the Monsters and it was the American version first, and which actually, you know what? Like looking back on, I think you should watch the American version first because like having that guy just randomly show up in scenes just to give you dialogue with like the back.
The American version.
Well, I think the only Godzillas
the American version. No, hold on.
One Godzilla versus Godzilla 2, and then I saw fucking like half of the Bryan Cranston one.
Okay, the American version of the original Godzilla movie is an atrocity, though. The original Godzilla movie is already not that good, but the American version takes it and they just like put in whatever the fuck his name is, that old actor that ended up pissing.
He turned out to be he was some gay guy or something.
He ended up
whatever.
He ended up pissing into a bedpan, like you know, like they were selling off like bedpans he pissed in like when he was 80 years old, I guess.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, man. No, I saw it at a garage sale. That was the funniest thing. Robert Mitchum.
Why didn't you? How much was it?
Robert Mitchum.
How much was it?
$85. Robert Mitchum.
For a bedpan that a man pissed in.
Robert Mitchum.
Was the piss still in it?
Man, if that was an NFT,
no, it was no, but like this person, it was in Hot Springs actually. It was in Hot Springs, Montana, and this woman claimed that she was at the hospital that Robert Mitchum fucking died at. And she was like, yeah, I like this bedpan, like Robert Mitchum fucking pissed his pants in multiple times. And I was like, that's amazing, lady. I don't think I'll buy it though. I did end up buying a pair of gloves though.
No.
She had a really nice.
The American version still shows like just the raw destruction Godzilla does, like the pure suffering he puts everyone through, and like how much everyone hates him.
Well,
and you know, fucking two nukes, because like Godzilla's them like fucking giving us the middle finger for the two nukes and shit, but it's like I don't know how in the later movies they just forgave Godzilla if that's like the whole point of it.
He is downright beloved in this movie. He's like the fucking Avengers. In this
honestly,
movie.
Like
okay,
to be
Bram, if Godzilla really existed, do you not think people would love him like that? Like. I honestly, if Godzilla,
I'd be pretty jelly if he was only defending Japan. I'd be pretty jelly.
You know what I would if I wish Godzilla. I wish that there was like murderous like coastal beasts that would just come up on cities on the coast and just make them run amok and cause a bunch of like fucking havoc. And just keep everybody in check.
Dude, honestly, if you wanted to fund that, we could probably make that happen.
Yeah, it's called Pacific Rim. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
no, but I'm saying in real life.
I'm saying, like, if you fucking put money into that shit, fucking, we made COVID, we might as well, like, do you think we can't make fucking giant lizards? We're just waiting until COVID chills out, and then the fucking lizards are going to be running amok.
I'm waiting.
That's true. We can clone stuff. Have you seen like any of those videos like people that like get their pets cloned or whatever?
Yeah, no,
and like the weird difference
but since I was fucking 10.
There's like always a weird difference with them too. Like they
cloned.
Like yeah, they like clone them.
Dude, like how do we know like fucking Joe Biden isn't a clone?
Yeah, like like the first one was like a lamb, but like yeah, you can like clone dogs and like cats and stuff, and they're always like weird. They're always off. Like the one video I'm thinking of, like she's like look at her like nice cat, it's all fluffy and like just kind of chilling, and she goes the other one, it's fucking losing its mind, it's just screaming constantly, it just looks like a soulless homunculus. But like yeah, why don't we just
a lot of them
like
some of them
dinosaurs?
Seem like, from what I've seen, some of them seem to like just be like fucking yearning for death, you know?
Yeah, like they're just like, I have no soul, this vessel is empty, shattered.
Kill me, please.
The problem with clones is that you can get a clone of somebody just by choosing the right pet. Because like I've seen, like, you ever seen a pet, like an animal? Like I've seen cats or dogs that look just like cats or dogs that I've
Yeah,
had.
but they're not the fucking genetic same thing. It's not the actual. We're talking like making dinosaurs, soulless monsters that
No
were just
one
made
knows
for
the
killing,
difference though.
so we
No,
can throw
but
them
I
in the
mean, like,
water
like personally, if
and
somebody
make them
wants to
come out
have
and
their
fuck up
pet,
California. This is what you want, cats. You
Let him
want to
go.
clone
Let him go.
dinosaurs to fuck up
Brant,
California.
let cats
well,
go. What are you
I'm
saying?
just saying, like, if somebody's cloning shit for their pet for sentimental reasons, you can. I have met animals that are basic clones of the same animals that I fucking own, and I'm like, I would not be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, I mean, like, how many
Yeah, dude,
personalities
that
can a fucking
honestly, I
dog
might be on
have?
Brand's side. That might be genetics. That just fucking dude. Like, so there's a lot of fucking cats that
Yeah.
just like went around to like everybody's house and just fucked everybody's cat.
No,
That
just like how many,
happens.
honest to God, how many personalities can a fucking dog have?
Exactly.
Or like a cat, or a
So
fucking.
why
Yeah,
do
there's
we
only
why
like so many.
clone?
So
What's
like,
the
of
point
course, you're
cloning?
eventually
From
gonna
our
meet a German
perspective, at
Shepherd that's
least,
the
as
exact same
humans.
fucking German Shepherd from that you saw as like a kid.
Well, so what's the point of
It's
cloning?
bad.
Well, like from what I've seen from movies, at least, I think
It's a
some
fucking-
dogs and
They
cats,
needed
when
to
you make
they
them, they're
needed to
normal
have the
dogs and
same
cats. They made
fucking
people.
genetics. They needed to have the same goddamn genetics. Like, it's
Why
that
not?
important.
Like, I have a cloned cat, and it's a soulless monster that yearns for death because it knows there's
This
nothing
just-
waiting for it when its heart
This
stops.
just sounds like Pet Cemetery. I don't see the point. Like,
It is. It legitimately is. Isn't it fucking crazy? And it's like, I'm telling you, cats, like, why don't we just clone the dinosaurs, toss them in the fucking ocean, and we'll get our Godzilla shit happening eventually.
want
It'll
that.
take some time.
honestly, okay, you know,
Let's fund it.
Humanity had, like, the reason that humanity is bad is we have too much hubris and nothing is keeping us at bay. We need a gigantic monster, I think. Humanity needs
Yeah.
a gigantic
This,
monster to keep us at bay.
Wait. So that's the
It's
thing,
just
though. Is like, are we
going
talking
on.
about like, cause in like, are we talking about a gigantic monster as a defender, as an enemy? Should we have like fucking multiple giant monsters
No,
fighting?
no,
Should
something
we have
that we have
I
to
think there
monsters
should be
overcome.
a
that symbolize
gigantic
certain
monster
things
that is
fighting
pro,
against
is
giant
pro
monsters
nature.
that just
I think
defend
there
for no
should be
reason?
one monster that is pro nature. It should be the Godzilla, and Godzilla, when he comes around to every fucking country that is fucking up things too much, is like, hey, you're polluting too much, and he goes and just like fucks everybody's shit up. I think that's what it should.
So-
Like, that would be
And it's
awesome.
like, he's like also doing like population control. So like once it's like a million people in a certain place, he goes in and fucks them up too, right?
Sure.
And like,
Yeah, like
you should
overpopulated
watch
areas.
Gurren Lagann.
Sorry, like San Francisco.
I think you'd like Gurren Lagann a lot.
Get out of there. You got forewarning. Godzilla's gonna come.
He's coming to get you. We're making him.
Exactly. Okay.
So
Should we move on to your
are
guys?
all
Do you guys have
Godzilla
ideas?
movies? Well, no. So I got a couple more. I got a couple more things I want to discuss
Okay.
first.
Let's
So wait. So are all Godzilla movies? Because the way that I had seen like a couple of fucking, maybe they were just lib retards or whatever. But and I said lib retards because libtards will shorten how much I disagree. Whatever. Fucking. All right. But anyway, so like. A lot of people say that Godzilla movies are all about fucking environmentalism and how bringing about fucking like a bunch of chemicals will create fucking kaijus or whatever. But in this movie, it's very overtly I'm environmentalist. Are all Godzilla movies, or a lot of them, do they have a lot of this same sort of fucking perspective, cats?
The fucking monster's literally based on us nuking them and the fallout afterwards. It's all about
That I think that's what I was thinking about.
No,
actually.
but Brant,
Like
they don't. Most Godzilla movies do not have anything to do with environmental fucking shit at all.
Mothra shows up because like Smog's covering up the sun. You know, you got Hedorah who's literally just sucking up pollution.
Yeah, but Brant,
was it Gimdi,
like,
the three-headed fuckface?
no,
is like from drilling because he like gets brought out from the fucking subterraneans, or right?
No, but like,
One
yeah,
of them's like
no,
a dinosaur.
But like, Brant, honestly, it's a 50-50 split or more. Because a lot of Godzilla villains, like especially when you take into account like his space villains, like Gigan, Ghidorah,
yeah, that's what I was thinking
Space
of.
Godzilla,
Ghidorah.
Manda,
Wait, there's- Go back. Wait, shut up. Go back. Space Godzilla.
Yeah, Space Godzilla was a major
you.
or Biollante.
Fuck you.
Like no, there's a ton of like those don't have anything to do with the environment. I'm just saying, like those come
Do you
in
have any
space.
idea how many Godzilla movies there are? About
I'm sure it's just so many.
The Toho,
like
God.
60?
I think there's like probably like Toho ones in the 30s. I would imagine of the Toho Godzillas.
What? Like they like there's back in time.
No, like Toho.
Or are you talking about like old scrolls like painted with the fucking brush strokes that like that show Godzilla just fucking up Tokyo and people are like,
No,
Godzilla.
Or
the studio.
Yeah, no, that was back when with the original Godzilla. The Godzilla that all the Godzillas are based
The
on.
studio
okay.
Toho.
Studio.
Toho is a studio.
I got you.
Toho was the original studio of Godzilla films. And so they were the ones that were making Godzilla films from the start. They sold that license, and there have been like more Godzilla films since then. But like Toho, like I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they were the ones that made the most recent Godzilla, Shin Godzilla film, and they are the ones that also made the very first Godzilla film. It's the original studio in Japan, so. They're the ones that make a lot of those ones. And then there's American ones, and then there's also Japanese films that like don't really hit the mark either.
Can you imagine being that like little kid when he runs up to that all those people that got skeletonized though? Like they're all just it's just gooing bones.
Yeah. That was burning. Honestly, that was burning in my memory. I thought that was like the scariest thing when I was a kid. So.
Yeah, no.
And it's
honestly,
just shocks and
when you were
skeletons.
saying that, like, you watched these between like 5 and 12, like that's like some of those years are pretty fucking young, and like I was thinking, like, man, it's a lot of skeletons, but skeletons ain't that bad.
Yeah. No.
They're skeletons though. They
It's the
apparently they
idea that
fucking
like
burn
something
into
could
your
just fly
brain.
over it.
You think there's any negativity to the fact that burned into your brain, Cats? Do you think there's any negativity at all of that?
No. I think it's actually all positive. I honestly think so.
Do you have any idea if it freaked you out after you first saw it?
Yeah, no, it definitely did. It burned itself into my brain enough to where like I have thought about it hence on. So like if I've thought about it that long, I've probably looked into the skies and wondered if I was gonna get my face melted off at least once. So. You know, I don't know. It had enough of an impact on me. That's why I chose it.
Sure, yeah. No, and that just part of being a kid, I guess, is like, because I've always like anytime you see anybody die in any sort of circumstance, as a kid especially, you're just like, man, that could happen to me. Anytime I see cars or trains or fucking or a fucking sky where fucking a scorpion could just like fly out of the air and just stab me or whatever, you know, could be anything. I wanted to point out one thing in this movie where they were saying that like oxygen was the way to kill the smog monster.
That's the same.
And then everybody just threw a bunch of fire at him,
Yeah.
and I feel like that would be counterproductive.
Yeah. Well,
balloons are usually pretty flammable, right? Like you like.
They didn't even end up.
Well,
going
yeah,
with
but
oxygen.
like you're not supposed to burn
oxygen.
trash. Is the message we're supposed to burn trash?
Well,
Yeah,
I wasn't
fucking-
paying too much attention by the end, but at the end, it wasn't even was it even oxygen related? How they defeated him?
No, it was just fucking
It
like
was just
oxygen was, I
electricity,
guess,
right?
a red herring that led up to the final 20 minutes, but it was just after the oxygen only kind of did something, they just decided, just fucking electrocute the shit out of him. And then they botched the shit out of electrocuting him, so Godzilla just had to show up and use his fire breath. Here's another question for you.
Oh, that's not fire.
Is every fucking movie in
That's
this fucking
radiation.
series a fucking series of situations where Godzilla should have used his fire breath a fucking 20 minutes
Radiation
earlier, and he didn't.
Well, no, he used it, Dwayne. Remember, he was shooting.
Yeah, but he didn't use enough of it. Like in that point where like there was a good fucking like 12 minutes in the fucking like third act where he just like kept fucking fighting the dude, and he still was not using his fucking fire breath. He just kept getting fucking laser shot at him because he wasn't using. He's not fucking built for long range attacks unless he's using his fire breath.
He blasted Hydra multiple times with the fire breath, and it didn't work. Remember, it needed to go through those solar panels.
It's radiation breath. You both know this. It's radiation.
I know, Brant, but like fire breath, radiation, like it looks like fire.
Okay, sure. I didn't even know it was radiation because I'm new to the Godzilla verse, as I said.
I'm made out of radiation.
Like regardless. Like
he's a big lizard, dude. He's a dragon.
Him in the face and it
Why
didn't
wouldn't
work.
it be fire?
He needed to power those solar panel looking things, and then those electrocuted Hydra. That was what it had to happen, right, Brant?
Sorry, I don't.
That's what
because the humans were fucking useless for pretty much the entire movie. The humans were like a good fucking 40 minutes of this movie. That's only fucking a minute or an hour 20, and they really didn't fucking add a lot to. They like did a lot of shit, and like I felt for the humans and stuff, but like they built or they fucking had the things there, but they still fucked it up every time they were supposed to use it, and Godzilla just had to fucking bail them out and blast it. But before I saw that scene, I was actually thinking Godzilla didn't have that much agency in this movie. I felt like it was just humans doing shit, and Godzilla was just being a shield, you know?
But then the end, the end comes in, and Godzilla goes scorched earth.
Godzilla just cleans it all up.
He goes scorched earth on Hydra. He makes sure.
That was badass.
No, there's just little pieces of mud.
He fucking rips his guts out.
There's little pieces of mud, and Godzilla's like, I don't think it's done yet. And he goes in for more.
And then he does it again, and then he fucking radiates it again.
Yeah, no, it was great. It was great.
That was pimp, but I also think it was weird that there were two final battles at the fucking went and grabbed another Hydra after the fucking big final battle where he fucked up the first Hydra in front of fucking the
when he spins it around it goops out everywhere.
Yeah, and then he goes and gets another one.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean,
I don't know. I feel like you could have combined that and just made it fucking. I don't know. It was good. It was awesome both times. It somehow won me over the second time after he just kept ripping its guts out.
Yeah, all he does.
At first, I was like, "Why are we doing this again?" We just had this exact same fucking shot composition and
I know.
And
but
pacing.
Godzilla was just,
and the humans fucked it up again.
But Godzilla just had to get his fucking vengeance. He had to get his vengeance.
Yeah,
he had to
and the
rip
vengeance
it all.
was dope.
You know, that's if anything, every Godzilla film, he always gets his comeuppance and he goes really ham. He always gets to go ham. So
that's the whole point.
And I like how he gets fucked up as well. At some points it feels like he could have avoided it, but for the I don't know, and a lot of it is just some of it is a little corny, just fucking why aren't you just slamming him?
Yeah.
At this particular point, why are you just letting him fly away? You could slam him right now. You beat him by slamming him later, just by slamming. And then there's also that really funny part after he fucking defeats the first Hydra at the fucking solar panels, and he just fucking blows a fire between his legs and just kind of fucking flies away in a stilly.
That
is the silliest shit I've ever seen.
History. You have witnessed the only time Godzilla flies.
I'm glad, because that is the silliest shit I have. That was up there with fucking Leia in The Last Jedi flying like Superman.
What's the third fight, the one he starts flying away to, is you get that scene where Godzilla does the run, the jump, and he fucking he rips it out, and then he flies.
It's badass for most of it. He does a lot of badass shit.
It was cool. I really liked how Godzilla was just rolling on the ground, crying. His shit was exploding around him, trying to get the acid out of his eyes.
No,
he got good feel for the guy. You could really feel for the guy.
There's a lot of it that is so brutal, and then sometimes it's so fucking corny. And then there's so many moments where it's like early on, honestly, I will say the fights early on with Hydra are bad. They're terrible because it
So
looks like a mop. A mop is just getting flung at Godzilla, and he's just going like bam, 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 like he's just flopping it around, and it looks
a rubber
terrible.
mop, a gross rubber mop.
Yeah, like
It's-
that's what
it's-
Hydra looks like, and
I do kind of like that though for progression though, because it just shows like Godzilla like fucking going up against a bigger and bigger foe.
yeah, I know.
I like that at least. Like it does look like shit, but we've established even some of the dope shit looks like
Well,
shit.
and one thing that's funny about Godzilla films is that they will always play the action scenes in wide. Always.
Yeah.
They are not
That's
shy.
and that, I feel like
they're
that's
never shy about
like,
what they have on display, I guess. And that's kind of funny, honestly.
Oh, they love it. Yeah, that's like the flavor of it. Is they're just like, look at everything. Do not miss a single detail of all this kind of like mid-tier production.
a little bit. Well, it's not. Well, I guess it's kind of mid-tier to a certain perspective, but like I don't know, like just having these giant suits, and I think the final
suits and the
form
sets.
of Hedorah actually looks really fucking cool and scary to a certain
That
extent.
glowing head is awesome. It's a cool character design, honestly. I like
the
I like
fucking
the eyes.
bulbous red thing. Yeah.
It's honestly a really great design, and I was surprised that they didn't go with it for any of like the recent remakes. I actually thought that would be because you know what they ended up going with? They ended up going with
Has a door?
those like whatever Godzilla monsters that they made up that eat nuclear power and like gain energy off of that. And I remember watching that and going, you could have just done Hydra. That's the same thing that Hydra does, but for smokestacks and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, just do the return of Hydra, and it's like he eats radiation too now.
Yeah, that
easy. Yeah, 100%.
he goes over like a nuclear power smokestack. That would be awesome.
Well, that's just steam.
Yeah.
That was just steam. But like he would have to like reach in, like grab the core and like eat it. But like you could have like all like he could be all neoned out, like veins of it and stuff. And like wow.
No, but instead the first Godzilla movie has these stupid like spider creatures or whatever. They don't even have 8 legs. They have 4 legs. They're boring. I don't like any of the most recent
Weak amount of legs. Mad weak.
We need at least 6.
Yeah.
We're hoping for 10.
Let's
okay.
at least get insectual.
So we should probably transition. Did you guys do anything? Have you guys made some
I didn't have time. I still did some
adaptations
shit.
of Godzilla versus the Smog monster?
I got some. Brand, you can go first if you'd like.
Yeah, I have a short bit as I was a little busy this week. Sorry, Chief, but like I said, I was able to watch at least the first one to kind of like get me ready for Godzilla, and then I watched most of Hedorah, and now I'm more or less just kind of finishing up on here. I mean, I started basically when they were fucking in the field, just rocking out and started the fire. It's everything in this goddamn movie is so stupid. I'm so surprised every time I see anything. It's just like, why? What the fuck? Like it's like, oh my son thinks you're gonna help us find what could kill Hedorah. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll go with you, strange man. It's like, why? What?
Yeah.
The fuck?
That's also just Japanese culture, Brant.
Yeah, it's just like you should just drive around with strange old men. 100%. Yeah, no wonder.
Why?
It's very much Japanese reality. Mid 70s. I think.
Sure.
That was just what was going on.
Anyways, sorry. I have a little bit of a quick blurb of it, and then we could do the usual through it. But essentially, I wanted to kind of go and continue with a Hedorah theme. And a big part of it was like, because I was sitting with myself, and I was like, well, do I want to like do a soy-based monster or something? And like he's going out like drinking all the soy.
You're a soy-based monster.
And I was like, what about like green panels? Like he's sucking up like all the really shitty stuff. And I was like, you know what's an easy one that like is already happening is all like the the birth control and the HRT and stuff in the water, fucking with frogs and making them gay. So I thought, what if we had like a rogue scientist who becomes terminally ill with binary disease, causing them to become non-binary within the year. So the clock begins ticking, and he must begins research to distilling gender into its purest form. But of course, instead, the concoction goes wrong. And that's kind of like where the split is. I want to know if I kind of want it to become the monster. Like it's like, the pure gender. What shall I be? And it drinks, and then just like the concoction mutates like suddenly and violently into every gender conceivable all at once. So we get this like the big mass of like monsters, and it's like, you know, foot fetish shit, and like we got like the armpit side, and we got like a little bit of the squad, like a scat attack where like there'll be like a butthole somewhere that'll like just hit Godzilla with a big turd.
So Brant, is this movie called She-Dora with a slash between the S and the H?
You read
She,
like
they, Dora.
Yeah, they, Dora.
I kind of wanted to like do something with like it in it too, but like you know what, that's actually good. Yeah, Shidora, and then we could like you could just keep fucking with like the whole of the name around it, so it's like it, they, them, zers, and it's like all just breaking away. That's a really good idea. Thank you, Cats. That's solid.
That would be great. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Well,
I can see the poster already.
Okay. I will say it. So far, that's your idea is kind of like like YouTube poopy. It's like it doesn't feel like it's progressed into movie. I don't feel very movie.
So okay, you got me. Let me throw on a little extra for you, because it's easy enough to do it. Where it's like, so because that's just like the monster being born scene, right? And so then we get she-dorums, and she-dorums kind of like goes dormant into like some reclusive sea cave, but like all the hormones it's pumping out just like starts to taint the water and like fuck up the fish, and like people start swimming and they come up with like humongous tits, or like just fat swinging dicks between their legs. Like everyone gets like really hypersexualized. It's like, oh, what's happening? And then Godzilla shows up and he starts getting really uncomfortable with all like the sexuality being displayed. And so then it'll be kind of like and so like, maybe we could have like Godzilla like swimming through the ocean, like tracking down the biggest tittied fish to find the sea cave.
Just listening to some super heterosexual normative music, just some fucking like some Joe Walsh or something.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, just listen to the Eagles.
Does Godzilla get a mask? Does he get a mask, or is there any reason he's not like he doesn't grow titties? Because I don't want Godzilla to grow titties.
No, he's gonna be immune, because it's gonna be like the radiation, like we can like the diagram will feel like the gay is like trying to get in him, but the radiation keeps it away. This is gonna be the first pro-nuclear energy Godzilla too, by the way.
Like Godzilla has to resist the gay. He has to resist the femboy femboy hypno. Like the femboy hypno is trying to get him, and Godzilla just has to resist it, right?
Like he feels something's wrong. She's like, I gotta see what's up with Tokyo. And he gets up there and it's just like, so much cock. I can't. No. And like we maybe like, you know, we could have like one of those big Japanese Gundam statues, and like even that like starts to mutate. It's got this big giant erect robot cock, and like Godzilla has this, he's like fighting it and like trying to beat it away without touching the dick. And then when it falls, like he slips and almost falls on it.
There should be other entities that get touched by the dick, and then all of a sudden they're gay.
Well, maybe then other like Godzilla villains just like show up every time he touches the dick.
Keep it simple.
Mothra shows up. He's like, I'm gonna help you, Godzilla, and then he gets touched by the dick, and he's all of a sudden gay and tries to fuck Godzilla.
Okay, Brant, I want like a 2-sentence like or 3-sentence max consolidated plot on this idea that we were talking about, and then we're gonna move on to Dwayne. You tell me after Dwayne's told me his.
I got you. Shit. Yeah, no worries. I know how this fucking works. It's like episode 80 or some shit.
This is What do you think we're on, honestly? Like, this is probably like
Uh,
okay for the audience.
Probably like
We didn't
fucking
put a lot of these on
40,
YouTube. This is
maybe.
probably like 30 something.
That's right. Oh, you got me. Okay, yeah. No,
That
never
we've
mind.
recorded, that we've actually posted. This is probably like 20. That we've recorded. This is probably like
No,
40.
that we've posted. This is probably like 12.
Oh, okay. Then this is all right. Then that we've actually recorded. It's probably like 35, maybe.
Oh, what about whatever. Okay, whatever. Anyways,
What's your
Dwayne.
idea?
Okay. Yeah, it's all right. So here's my idea. So like, are there a lot of Godzilla movies where they talk about what he's doing in his off hours?
No.
All right, so that's something that I kind of wanted to explore here. So I wanted to like do a Godzilla movie from the perspective just of Godzilla. We don't need the humans to fucking gay it up. So all right, so Godzilla is fucking. We pick up on him, and he's fucking just after fucking defending humanity yet again, just fucking scraping that shit off. He walks into the water, and he walks, and he keeps walking. And he walks fucking through a great fucking like grand abyss, fucking tornadoes of the sea, fucking magma things blowing out of the water, all that fucking hot spot kind of shit. And then he finally comes to the place where he comes from, which is a place where there are actually other Godzilla looking things, other fucking kaiju kind of things looking down there. And he really just would like to fucking he's gone through so much shit. He saw some human, like a human couple on the beach that was in love or whatever. He finally wants to find love or whatever. He looks around and he sees like fucking all these other fucking like female Zillas. And these female Zillas, here's the thing, here's the way that these creatures work though. Here's the way that these particular Zillas work though. They're one of those creatures where the fucking female actually fucking has to like decapitate the male in order to fucking lay their eggs. And Godzilla just fucking realizes this and he watches this happen. And he fucking realizes that is not the way to go, and he actually becomes like the true Chad incel, like true Chad incel, deep fucking through like actual fucking evolutionary necessities. So we actually learn to a certain extent that the character of Godzilla is entirely defending humanity out of an incel rage that makes so it's entirely better than having to fucking deal with the female of the species. So the idea of this movie is Godzilla, after having such an experience, he has a certain level of a fucking like a little bit more of a bitterness than he usually has. I don't want to fucking Luke Skywalker Last Jedi him too much here, but I want to fucking build this to a point where the entire fucking plot of the movie, to a certain extent, the demon that is actually attacking humanity is in a kaiju representation of overpopulation. And he actually, after a certain amount of bitterness, the climax of this movie that I am envisioning is that he, instead of fighting a monster, after fighting him to a certain extent, after knowing that he could beat this monster to a certain extent, he lets the monster pass him and destroy humanity to a certain extent, but only to an extent that he knows that
only the women
back and defend it. And that, I feel like, would be the final extension of the true Chad incel. So that is my plot.
Okay, Dwayne, there's parts of that I like, but the thing I'll say, no Godzilla movie should be told through Godzilla's point of view. How can you tell me that through somebody else's point of view? Because that's
the pitch I was to a certain extent giving you was that this movie is kind of from Godzilla's, not necessarily from his point of view, but just kind of like observing him. Like it's not like we're not hearing like fucking Godzilla's like fucking Holden Caulfield narration or anything. We're just kind of watching it happen. We're just watching it after he walks off into the sea.
Is it like an office?
We're just not bothering with the human perspective outside of the memories he has of the last fucking time he saved the humans from whatever bullshit that they caused on themselves. Maybe it was Hedorah.
Okay.
Maybe it was he, she, they, Hedorah.
So we're just looking at Godzilla. That's what's going on.
We're just following what happens after, and like because the way I was thinking about this, Cats, was with pollution being a thing that Godzilla has to take out. I was trying to extrapolate that because I haven't seen a lot of these movies. I was trying to extrapolate that into like every fucking giant problem that happens to humanity as some sort of personification that Godzilla has to fight off. So I was trying to push Godzilla to a point where he fucking picks one and he's like, fuck it, I'm done with these guys.
I feel like you still need to have a human story.
They can have this
You
one
still
because,
need to have
like,
a
if a
human
tragedy
story in there,
occurs on
honestly.
Earth, that's the idea of it. If a tragedy occurs on Earth, it's because Godzilla didn't fight it off.
Well, I think like Godzilla is like representative of tragedy, and like he's kind of like he makes up like for a lot of like human tragedies and like as a whole. So like
Not in this movie. Not in this movie. Except for when he pushes Hedorah onto the truck with the
yeah,
dude in
well,
it.
like original Godzilla, he was a tragedy. Nowadays, and then he kind of became like.
But I haven't, as I said, I haven't seen the other Godzillas. I'm just trying to remake the one I have seen.
Well, in this one, he's like, yeah, he's defending us.
In this one, he's the Avenger.
He's the Avengers, basically.
Yeah, there's that whole scene where like he's got him, he's like flying by shooting the breath, and
he's all of the Avengers' powers whenever it's
But
convenient.
all I'm saying is
He's a
we
Mary
have
Sue.
never have we had a movie from the point of view of Godzilla. And while that might seem
Because it'd be fucking
interesting,
Okay, well, what do you want out of this one then? Because that's what I'm trying to pitch you to.
I'm just saying, like,
but with Chad,
watching the point of view of Godzilla, I'm not sure. I feel like Godzilla is more interesting the more we leave him up to a little bit of like like interpretation, I guess. Like people trying to like figure out what he's trying to do sometimes, because he's a godlike monster. He's a gigantic lizard.
He's a goddamn monster. Is what he is.
Well, that kind of, so to a certain extent, Cat's like, and that was like that was the initial fear I had of this idea was it is going against it is Ryan Johnsoning this shit most certainly as the third fucking Last Jedi reference I have made in this, but it is certainly doing that to this character because like Ryan Johnson, I didn't understand the source material.
Well. Yeah, that would explain it, because like we don't go from Godzilla's perspective ever. It's not Godzilla's perspective. Godzilla is like a force of nature, Like he's not a character. Like turning him into a character has happened over time.
Well, I was trying to minimize the amount of character he could be and just give him some circumstances that he goes through and just like give him, because that little bit of like, because you do get a certain amount of like you feel for the guy a little bit in this. Like you can totally feel. I was really surprised how much character you can get out of a dude in this suit, because like you can really feel for him. You're like, ah, shit, that must hurt. Like fucking, you got a Godzilla, and you can really feel his like his pull to like want to help people. So I was like trying to like explore why he does that, and I gave him kind of like a fucking like it's not like a super noble reason, but his reason is reasoned.
Yeah,
and it's that it beats trying to fuck the other Zillas.
I get you, Dwayne. You can't see the guy's face, but he's thinking to himself, "Is the pay really worth this?"
Yeah,
but
exactly.
At the end of the day,
that was the thing I kept asking myself while watching this movie, is like, why are you fucking bothering with these humans that don't give a shit about you,
well,
Godzilla?
I know, but at the end of the day, that's what's interesting about him, is that you don't really know exactly what his motivations are.
Okay, Cats. Then I've fully gone against what you want out of this movie. So what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
All I want you to do is figure out how you can tell me a human story alongside your Godzilla story. And I want you to give it a little bit more human focus, so that Godzilla just like give Godzilla just his like allure of just like, like he needs to be a little bit more like just scary, I guess. We can't focus on Godzilla.
It has to be scary?
I don't want to focus on Godzilla the whole time, at the very least. Give me somebody else.
Okay, I'll try, man. That goes deeply against my vision, but I'll see if I can possibly make my specific thing against the thing you're asking me to do.
I know.
Just give Godzilla like a little pockets. Give Godzilla
I'll see what I can fucking do.
I honestly think you're going it the wrong way.
Have him take one of the
and that
kids.
is 100% reasonable. That is 100% reasonable, and I didn't think you're right.
Okay, Brand, you're up.
I'll just sit here and ponder.
My biggest fear was realized a while ago. Do you know what my biggest fear was? Was Cats would get completely shit-faced before we were even finished.
No.
You're a little
No.
drunk.
That's not true at all.
Yeah.
I think what aren't well, I guess probably not Brand, but I'm a little drunk too. So
Would I be drunk if I had my Mechagodzilla right here?
that's usually the sign of you getting pretty drunk.
Look at him.
Mechagodzilla comes
Look
out.
at him.
Would I
He's
be my
beautiful.
drunk officer if I have this?
Okay,
Huh?
That's
Would
really
I
funny,
drink
Cats,
with
because
this?
as you do that, I'm yet again looking at the movie again, and fucking a child is putting his Mechagodzilla on the slide.
Okay. Would I be drunk if I have this officer? Anyway, sorry. I don't mind that you're shit-faced, Cats. It's fun. But God, it makes you fucking ramble and say absolutely
Brand, why are
nothing
you so
forever.
strung out on heroin right now?
Brand,
Like, stop. Honestly.
I
fucking
am
wish I
not
would,
rambling. I'm talking about one of the best and most enduring films and series.
And
films.
let me help you make another
No,
one,
this is a
buddy.
great-
Let me help
this
you
is a
make
great
another one
series.
right here. I got 4 sentences for you. I got some. They them scientist becomes giant disgusting fetish monster. Monster fight leads to a draw. Haha. And She-Dra escapes. Hormones in the water start fucking with people, so they look for She-Dra.
You gotta call it She-They-Dra.
She-They-Dra. And help Godzilla bully She-They-Dra into killing itself. The end.
That's it?
So we have, a couple monster
Ariel
fights.
Dark.
That's for 4 sentences. Fuck you.
That's it?
Gave you. You wanted 4
You did ask
sentences.
for 4
You
sentences.
said a
You did ask for
compact
4
concise-
sentences. That's it. Is not a valid criticism.
I
What you
guess-
requested was 4 sentences.
That's fair. That's fair.
What do you, I'm sorry. I gave you exactly what you asked for. Fine. There's obviously going to be more monster fights. The whole point of it is that you need the human aspect. Or either they're against Godzilla or they're helping him in some way. So this way, it's going to be the funny way where they're going to help him by finding She-Dra, and then they're going to help Godzilla bully the gross, disgusting fetish monster into killing itself, probably by like holding up mirrors and things and pointing and laughing. And then it will go hang itself on the tallest building, and Godzilla will be there fucking holding its legs down, jumping up and down.
Okay.
And like and before that's, like I said, like 6 monster fights, a little bit of like some kid being there and being like, I'm questioning my sexuality, and Godzilla's like, no, you're not. No. No, you're right. I'm not gay.
Okay.
So Godzilla is just Mike Pence in this universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except he shoots radiation instead of lightning bolts.
You're winning me over. But we're gonna have to go to break. I'm gonna put up our intermission because I have to go pee. I have to go pee.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Put up our intermission? What does that mean?
I'm gonna put up a little intermission.
I didn't consent to this. What does that mean?
Put up the intermission and also go drink some water.
And put it up.
Tell me,
What does that mean?
I'll
Just
drink
put it
as
up.
much water as I want.
As long as you cut it with beer.
No,
Sure, yeah.
I'll cut it with whatever I want. Honestly.
Put up the intermission, take your break. BRB, pissing. He's trying.
What is this intermission? What
Shut
do you mean?
up.
Are you just gonna
Stop
like?
He's putting up a BRB.
He's
putting up a BRB.
Like you don't trust us to like be able to hold the scene while you're
I
gone,
guess
you
not.
fucking bitch. Like, are we even live right now? I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm just being subjected to it. Like, should we just be dead air right now? Is that what we're being incentivized to do? I can't, like, because I wanted to write something down, but I don't even know because I don't know what's going on right now.
When did you start drinking? I didn't even notice. Like,
When did you start drinking? Like,
I
when
didn't.
You actually just got here.
Yeah, I haven't been partying. I was working and shit, and it was sucky and cold, so I'm trying to just drink water because I'm super dehydrated. But
That's
like,
a good move. That is an adult and intelligent move.
you fucking like, I just look over. It's just like, wow, Cass hasn't said anything in like 3 minutes, but he won't shut the fuck up. So I think he might.
What
be
do you mean? What do you mean? I feel like Katz has had nothing but incredibly excellent additions to the conversation. What are you doing? You questioning the fucking anchor of our program right now? I feel like if you saw this right now, you wouldn't get the dub because it seemed like you were in dub zone right now.
I don't care.
Not to lick boots.
Referring most specifically to after you gave your pitch. He didn't listen to a fucking word you said. And then
He didn't listen to what I was saying. He was just fucking. It was like I said, like it was fucking straight up Last Jedi. He was fucking hung up on Godzilla as a character, and Godzilla's what the fans want because he's a Godzilla fan. So I can't chop out that fucking thing just because I want to fucking bring a new element to the character. So I gotta come up with something new. So like I can't fully fucking throw him against it, but like that just because I don't feel like it's the right thing to do to be throwing a co-host under the fucking bus. Well, we're fucking potentially live, or maybe we're just fucking screaming.
No, we're live. We're live. He just put the BRB sign up. He didn't cut our audio. Like, yeah, you should know this. Cats, re-listen to this, and I want you to like count the fears as they go down, so you can have a nice fucking timeline of when you were like at least kind of comprehensively sober to now shit-faced and not sane.
Brant, to be factual, the Jack Jewel, you haven't seen Cats to the point where he's that shit-faced. But that's so you don't even know. He's actually not that bad right now. He seems like he's doing it. He's not much worse than I am, at least.
You're right. I've only seen him like kind of drunk. I haven't seen him like fully shithouse, like screaming psycho apparently. But it's like,
yeah, no, he's not screaming psycho. He's
drunk.
I know he's not
drunk.
Interesting. He's not interesting to talk to.
Yeah.
He's a loop. He's a fucking tape loop machine.
He's just gonna ramble and he's just gonna like then stutter and say like in between words.
I'll save this. I'll save this for later because I want to talk about this later. Everyone should be.
All right, what's up? Hey, he's back. He's
back. Okay, Cats, do you want to hear my fucking thing? Like, all we did was just fucking Brant complained about you, and I defended you, and then we both started.
I was thinking.
Did not stop.
I can hear everything from the pisser, so I mean, like I heard the entire conversation. So that's fine.
Good, yeah. I'm not backing down from that.
Do you feel sad, Cats? Do you want to hug?
I mean, I'll admit that I'm drunk, but I'll also say that Brant, I don't think you have anything like interesting to add to Godzilla versus the Smog monster.
I don't. I really don't.
So,
I mean, like,
like,
it's a
like,
tough one. It's
yeah,
a tough one.
I mean, like you talk all the shit that you want, but like you in the world of Godzilla riding are nowhere. You are nothing.
Yeah, at least I can drive to
McDonald's. Dora is funny.
That's all you have.
At least I can get in my car and drive down a block without hitting something.
Okay, well, you try to get anywhere besides Reddit with your jokes, because honestly, like, Dora is nothing besides, like, let's
leave the Reddit.
You're just bitter. You're just being bitter now. You're mad at me because I was talking shit about you.
I was taking a piss the entire time, and I was hearing this. It was terrible.
Yeah, I knew you heard it because you kept us live.
Strong enough to be able to hide this sound.
I checked the stream. I was like, yeah, we're still live. And that's why I was like, fuck it, I'll shit talk you. Then you can hear me.
No,
he honestly did. No, that is a fair. He wasn't talking behind your back. He was talking in front of your back.
I'm not gonna pause the stream. I just had to take a piss.
No, it's fine. You should just let us like fill air though.
Well, you didn't tell. You like I didn't know if you were just cutting to like Sun City Girls or something.
That's all I'm saying. It's like you're a little drunk. You're behind the wheel.
Well, I don't think we should question anybody's sobriety.
I put up a BRB kind of thing. Like
no, you did. Yeah, you did. You just didn't cut the audio. Was all. So it was. You were like right there.
If you were sober, you want to hear my other idea part.
At the very least, like conversation that's not shit talking could have gone on under the BRB thing, but like
okay, I'm sorry.
No, I don't.
Well, if you would have explained what the BRB thing was,
I'm just saying, like you could have talked about like the 9/11 conspiracies or gnomes as they relate to pageantry.
Wait. Why does the BRB? Wait, here's a question though. Why does the BRB logo come up just because Cats isn't here?
Or anybody.
No, it's only when you leave that the BRB goes up. It's not when any of us leave. It's only when you leave.
I can put it up if you want to leave.
If we request the BRB. All right, the BRB logo. I like the BRB logo as a concept, and now that I know what it is, we could potentially use it in the future. Cats, do you want to hear my fucking idea thing that you requested?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you recall, I was initially very fucking against the idea of adding humans to my humanless Godzilla, but here's my idea. So you recall my story of fucking so Godzilla is fucking like he's the Chad incel. He sees all these other fucking idiotic males banging the females who will take their fucking heads off and use their bodies to create eggs and make Godzilla babies that will just eventually become more fucking bangers of the species or whatever. So Godzilla leaves that people, but there's actually a B story going on during that where there's a fucking Navy officer and a Navy ship that is observing this going on. They're like, oh wow, Godzilla has this whole like family area or whatever. And Godzilla goes off, as I said before, and he fucking decides because he's bitter and angry, he decides he's not going to fucking stop a disease or whatever from happening, which a disease in the fucking in the exemplar of a kaiju of a fucking Shweedora or whatever. Like he fucking decides he's not going to stop this beast and he's going to let it wreak havoc. But the humans, when he returns, he realizes the humans, because Godzilla has made this choice, Godzilla doesn't know this, but because Godzilla has made the choice to let this happen, the humans wiped out all of the fucking female and male Godzillas, all of the fucking sex haver fucking piece of shits, the fucking Chads and Stacys alike of the Godzilla clan. They fucking nuked them all. Godzilla comes back to his clan and he's like, that's fucking dope. And then he goes back and he fights away the fucking monster and saves humanity yet again.
That was really good. That was really good. It's probably because it wasn't just 4 sentences.
So he like Godzilla cleansed humanity, like cleansed Monster Island basically of all the degenerate monsters.
No, so Godzilla didn't do it. The humans did it while he was gone. And he was like, oh wow, dude, the humans are actually really cool.
Yeah, Godzilla did. But Godzilla came back to like just like a pure Monster Island.
Yeah, exactly. Godzilla came back to what in like Star Wars would be like fucking Aunt Beru and his uncle fucking wiped out, and the humans thought like that would be like, wow, he'd be pissed, like fuck this guy. But then fucking turns out everybody benefits because Godzilla's like, wow, the humans are actually dope because I hated these fuckers. And yeah, so Godzilla goes and wipes out the kaiju.
Well, honestly, Godzilla doesn't like most monsters. Actually, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but he only let this monster go by because he was finally fed up with the humans.
No, but it's just like I think Godzilla would be mostly fine with he. Well, no, there's monsters that he would care about, but Godzilla would be fine with a lot of monsters being totally nuked. So. There is credence to that.
No, yeah, but these are, yeah, exactly. Well, so sure, you could say that, but these theoretically were his kin.
Yeah.
But they were his kin because I'm trying to like place you in the footsteps of like a Joker type character where you're like fucking like fuck society, man. This is the fuck society gods.
Anti-hero. He's an anti-hero in this one, but like to his own species.
Yeah.
To his own species, exactly. Yeah, because he initially hated the humans, but then eventually he learned to hate his own people even more.
That's an interesting character arc.
And that's the only reason, because like I don't think there's a great reason for Godzilla to defend humanity. So this is like me slightly trying to explain that, and I know you hate that, Cats, but that's that. And I added in your human subplot, and I feel like I made it even fit better with the
theme. I mean, you still didn't really give me like people doing anything, but I kind of see what you're doing there.
But yeah, no, there's gonna be a whole subplot with like the fucking people on the Navy ship, and they go up to their commander, and the commander's like, "No, all life is beautiful," and then he's like, "No, we gotta wipe out the lizards because they're fucking," and they fucking made COVID happen or whatever. Fucking
and the captain
maybe a real disease this time.
Is like fucking one of the privates, like the private that's there with like the lieutenant. It's like saying like we gotta nuke him. It's like, no, all life is precious, but they're fucking. And then he looks at her, and she's like, oh, but we're fucking.
Oh, I like that. I like that being a fucking, that could be on the ship or whatever. But then maybe the reason that the fucking ensign on the ship actually pulls the trigger is because the chick he was fucking on the ship is like fucking scorns him. So he's like, all right, I'm also wiping out all women.
Hey Dwayne, can I put a bug in your ear? What if the monster that Godzilla lets go by is She-They Dora?
See, I as soon as you brought in She They Dora, I was like, there's a crossover in there.
That's a solid. That's a solid.
But we gotta ask Cats first.
Well, I
before we
mean,
start touching
I
hip
figured you were gonna use that for your idea, Brant. I mean, we're moving on. We're
Really?
moving on. We're moving on to your idea. So, like, what is it, and do you want to combine it with Dwayne's, idea here?
Because all I really have is the monster.
Yeah.
And like what it does to people, whereas Dwayne has
honestly,
everything.
like, so
but the
in that
monster
case,
and
Brant,
what it
like,
does
so
to
how
people.
about we just make She They Dora the fucking creature that Godzilla refuses to fight off, and we
that's
just
what I'm
make
saying.
that the whole subplot of the fight.
That's literally what I said. Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
do
so
that.
sure. So we keep my plot. We bring you into a subplot. Cats, what do you think?
I mean,
Yeah, you like it?
if it's gonna be She They Dora, then I really can't say no to that, because She They Dora
Okay,
is great.
but who won though? Because I kind of want to know. Because I feel like that was a hard-fought battle.
There's no winners in podcasts. Oh, did you fight hard for that? Sorry, I gave you.
No, I'm seeing a hard
He
fight
said-
battle because I feel
he
like
said
Grant
four
had some
senses wasn't
interesting
enough.
ideas. I felt like I was dead in the water with my idea at first. But I feel like I brought some good shit in. So I'm just curious who you think
Oh
won.
yeah, you
Cats.
fought really well. I just said fuck it.
I'll say Dwayne, because Brant was just trying to he was just being like a little bitch the whole time.
Yeah, I was being a meme lord.
He's
I was
probably
being a
Yeah,
drunk
no,
lord.
Brant was being a bitch like towards the end.
Suck my
so-
dick. The only reason why I'm mad you're drunk is because you gave me the 4 cents thing, totally fucking forgot about, then fucking gave me shit for only giving you 4
Hey,
senses.
man.
Suck my dick.
Well, yeah, you totally
Drink
did only
something.
give him 4
I'm
sentences.
sorry.
drink
I'm sorry.
someone.
Like you're like
Worried about you, man.
I can only give so many stars. I can only give so many stars.
Okay, how about this? As a sign of amnesty, I'll give you guys a choice on what we watch next.
You shouldn't give us a choice.
No, I have 2 options, and you're gonna hate both of them. Either we watch Shaquille O'Neal in Steel, or we watch Lawnmower Man 2.
Lawnmower
Shaquille
Man
O'Neal,
2. Lawnmower Man 2.
Shaq.
Whoa, we're going Lawnmower
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Damn it!
Yes.
Shaq.
That's the one I
I'll
wanted
take
more.
Lawnmower Man too. I was probably
Hell
gonna watch
yeah.
Shaq at some point.
Steel looks.
I would have had
pretty-
way more interesting opinions about Shaq.
No,
Just
I
saying, no
want
more
Lawnmower
context.
Man 2.
No.
I'm gonna watch Lawnmower Man.
Because I was looking at
I'm
Steel.
gonna watch the first Lawnmower Man just to prepare. I haven't seen it.
I think I gave you
Isn't
the
Lawnmower Man a
Yeah.
Stephen King?
I
I think I
read
gave you
the
the
short
disc for that
story
too.
of
You should
Lawnmower
have it.
Man. It's like I can't even remember what the name of the short story was. It's nothing like the fucking synopsis I read for Lawnmower Man the movie. It's nothing like it.
Dwayne.
No,
honestly,
yeah, it's very different.
Steel looks like a generic like action comedy.
Well, it was
super-
supposed to be. It was supposed to be like a Superman, like a Renday. It was supposed to be like Black Superman.
It really comes off too campy from what I saw in it.
Well,
and
yeah,
like
because it's
Cyberman
Shaq.
2.
What else are you gonna do with Shaq?
But Cyberman 2 looks just fucking repulsive. It is such an awful. It is gluttony. It is gluttony. It is pride. And it is envy. It's trying to recapture a memory and failing horribly and corrupting it in the process. Enjoy Cyberman 1, cats. Truly, I hope you do, because once you watch this,
Probably.
everything.
Wait, you
Nothing
said the
to say.
Lawnmower Man, right? Not Cyberman.
Sorry, yeah, the Lawnmower 2 Return to Cyberspace, but I don't want to say Lawnmower Man because this thing's such a piece of shit.
I have seen Brand. I was actually at your house when you made me watch Lawnmower Man.
It's such a good movie. It's so fun. It's so stupid. The fucking end was all
It's
Should I watch
definitely
Lawnmower Man
Let's
1
see it again.
before I watch Lawnmower
Yeah,
Man
you should.
2?
You really should. It's still a fun movie.
I probably will not.
I'm being
probably
dramatic.
Wait, where can you watch Lawnmower Man 2?
HBO.
Okay.
Excellent. I'm excited. Wait, do you guys want to talk about Batman at all?
We did.
all
Didn't
watch
we all
Batman.
watch it? Yeah.
Not
You don't
for
want to talk
Best
about
Circle.
Batman? Oh.
Oh, okay. You have.
So you
like,
want to
some
end it and then just
non-bad
talk?
circle opinions?
Does anyone? Okay,
just kill
well,
the
if
stream
anyone
and just
cares
talk
about
about
our
it.
opinions on the Batman film,
Well, who cares about our opinions on fucking Godzilla
True.
versus Hedorah?
Why
would,
not? Let's talk
I would
about it.
rather somebody
No,
care
let's
about my
talk about it.
opinion
What
on
did you guys
that
think
than
of Batman?
the newest Batman film, because at the very least, Godzilla versus Hedorah is a classic. It's a classic. It's
You didn't like
fun.
this? You didn't like this Batman,
It was
kids?
no, it was good. It was good. I liked it.
I thought you'd be really into like the pro-kill politician stance. I know I
No,
was.
I liked.
I thought that was really
Yeah,
cool
no,
that they went that far.
It could have been more pro-kill politicians because the entire drive of the plot was stopping
Yeah,
killing
I
politicians.
honestly wouldn't say it was
That's like-
pro-kill politician. But I liked it. I thought it was a good. Like, I liked the detective stance. Honestly, like
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
nice
cool.
to see.
I hate how Batman's fucking
It was-
retarded
no,
though.
You hate how Batman's what?
He's
he
pretty
wasn't-
stupid.
He wasn't stupid. Like, he was.
Dude, Alfred did all the ciphers for
Yeah,
him.
well,
And then like he fell into every trap
and then
that the
he
Riddler
had.
set.
He
And then when
had-
Alfred
he
was
had
out
that,
commission,
Like, okay, they
he-
didn't explain
he
how
was
he
stopped.
got the on the eyeball camera technology. Like, what was that?
yeah, that was
That was-
No, but that was
amazing.
cool though. You don't have to explain
I
that.
know.
That's just Batman being
Yeah.
Batman.
But then it's like also because
You know, and that was actually a thing I want to praise. That was just a fucking the scene where Batman fights Catwoman the first time. It is filmed and so obvious of just like, yeah, Batman's a giant dude who knows how to fight. She has no fucking chance. Which is, I just appreciate the fuck out of that because that is not in any Marvel movie or just even like fucking like
yeah, like he just picks her up and just like
Yeah,
wham,
no,
and it's
she
over.
doesn't.
Like the
she
moment
doesn't
he gets his
have a
hand.
single chance when they're fighting. That is true.
And it's cool because like they
Yeah, no,
show,
it's even
like,
shot
she
to
has a
show you that his foot is like fucking 4 times the size of her foot. Like she's
But like,
fucked.
there was like that moment where like she's kind of like has the open and she's like taking him, she like runs on the wall. It's like, oh, and then she's got him in the grapple, but it's like, yeah, what are you gonna do? Like you got your legs around his neck, but he's like, whoop, bam. It's like she had a chance for a second, then just fucked it up because she didn't just run away. That's what I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she tried to run away. For the,
It wasn't
the
like
second half
girl
of the fight.
power. It was just like, oh no, I'm not gonna fuck with this dude. He's insane. What the fuck? This guy's covered in metal. He weighs like at least 500
Well,
pounds
yeah,
in that
no,
suit.
he gets shot by shot by multiple different types of guns, and he doesn't get like injured
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Doesn't have to change plates.
But
or
he's wearing
anything.
armor. He's wearing bulletproof armor, and that's like fucking established. Very like the first time we see him, he gets shot, and like it says, "Oh, he's got
Yeah.
bulletproof armor."
No,
But it's like, it's like it, but it doesn't even like look like it takes damage. It's just like he's
Until
like,
he gets fucking shot with a shotgun and falls off the fucking scaffolding at the
that's
end.
just. But even like the fucking armor still looked good, is what I'm saying. It's like that shit's like Superman level. It was kind of like too much for me, but yeah.
Yeah.
The shotgun
Honestly,
shell
though, I
in the
will
chest.
say, like, just to like fucking like go on the fucking fuck politicians end. I will say, I probably, and this probably just says something about me as a person, but I was rooting more for Joker in the third act of that movie than I was rooting for Batman in the third act of this movie, because I was just more excited for
I
what he was
honestly
gonna
wish
do.
they didn't even. They showed Joker too much, even for my like. They barely showed him, but like it was still just like.
I mean, I was talking about the movie Joker.
You mean
Well,
Riddler?
no,
Riddler?
the Joker that they showed.
What?
I liked
Oh,
Paul Dano as the
Jack and-
Riddler, but like
Paul Dano, that scene with Paul Dano and Batman was actually the fucking
Yeah.
best part of probably any Batman
I
movie.
like
you
that
scared
quite a
the
bit.
ass
But
out of me.
when they
Fucking
showed
great
Paul
scene.
Dano and the Joker, they showed the Joker like that was like set up as like a teaser kind of scene. Way too much. I didn't like that, honestly.
I didn't really notice it too much because Dwayne was like
though there
Dwayne.
weren't a lot of other like teaser scenes in the movie though, so compared to like a lot of other movies, that's like better, you know.
Remember, like we were sitting there, like we see him, and he's doing the whole laugh, and you were like, "Is that Jared Leto?"
Are we just
I
going
was-
to talk about
for that
that?
moment, I was like,
I
did
am
they?
putting on the music. I'm putting on the music. We're just talking about Batman now.
Wait, do you guys think? Wait, before you put on the
What are
music,
we?
do you
What
like
movie
so?
are we gonna choose?
Do you think it was like an anti-ugly people move that they put fucking in Bruges as the Penguin, because the Penguin is like the #1 ugly people role. When are ugly people gonna get a chance, man? No one fucking fights for the
In
uggos, man.
Bruges,
Like that was
you mean
fucking
Colin
Danny DeVito's in to become a true
Well,
superstar.
I mean, he did a good job.
He did a great job. He did a great job. He did an excellent job because he's an amazing actor. But I'm saying, like, fucking instead of putting a bunch of fucking James Gandolfini on someone's face, like, why not just find the
Grant,
new James
What's
Gandolfini?
your choice?
What do you
What's
think
your movie for this week?
Yeah, we're doing Lawnmower Man
Lawnmower
2,
Man 2, you
Return to
fucking
Cyberspace.
dipshit.
Right. You
I
already said that. All the suspense is lost.
did. Anyways,
I'm ending this.
Play us
I'm
out.
playing
Play
us
us
out, Charlie, because I'm tired of talking about I honestly, like, it was a good Batman movie. That's
Alright.
all I want to say about this fucking movie.
It was good, yeah. You know, I don't think it was as good as a lot of people say, but it was really good,
it.
yeah.
I liked it.
The
It
Batmobile
was
was
a good
amazing.
movie. That's
I'm
it.
excited for the next one at least, which is rare for like which is rare for like any superhero movies. Like I might kind of want to see the new.
Oh,
I just
I'd
want to know
watch
is
the
like
sequel, yeah.
because I like the theory. I have the theory it's like it's either gonna be like the Penguin and the Scarecrow or it's gonna be the Riddler and Joker, but I don't think they're gonna like bring those guys out just yet.
You don't think so? No, I don't know, man. Like, at this point, like, DC has, like, fucking done so many things where they tease. Like, because they all have a successful first movie, and they'll tease something for, like, a third movie, and they'll never get to the third movie.
That's true.
So,
Yeah,
I think the Joker is probably up for next. I've seen people say, like, the fucking Council of Owls or some shit. I don't know my Batman well enough to know what the fuck that is.
That's some weird shit. I remember, like, seeing that in, like, Hastings and, like, flipping through, and it's like sewer people that are like this deep secret cult that like his parents were a part of or something. But it's like they kind of touched on the fact that the Waynes were good people. But maybe, yeah, I mean they could have been like doing shit behind Alfred's back. You know, he's not fucking Superman.
Man, that fucking scene though, where the Riddler was talking to Batman, and Batman thought the whole fucking scene the Riddler knew that Batman was Bruce Wayne. And then, like, that was a fucking great scene, dude. That was a great fucking scene.
Or how do you say it was like, Bruce Wayne! Bruce Wayne!
There were a lot of people that
Batman
said
was
that.
just waiting because he knew it was recorded and
I
everything.
heard-
And then he
I
was
talked
like,
to
we
somebody
almost
that
got him,
said
didn't we?
that,
I was like,
the Riddler might not have known that Bruce Wayne was Batman. So what do you think?
Yeah, that was why that scene like worked, because he didn't know
So-
at the end, you know, the way that
I
like that
thought,
turn
I
at
thought,
the end.
I thought he knew he was Batman the entire time. Honestly.
Oh no, dude, that scene was like brilliantly written, because there's actually like,
That
you
was
should go
pretty
back and
obvious.
watch it, because I think that was something you just missed. Because like there's a great part in that scene where like he says something where he's like, you don't know anything about like Bruce Wayne, or I don't remember the way he said it, but there's a great turn in there where he like makes it kind of obvious, and you can even see in the way that like Batman reacts, like that, you actually don't know who I am. Okay, I actually have slightly, I thought I was fucked apparently. And then he goes off on the whole thing of like, oh, you're dumber than I thought you were. I thought you knew about the whole like blowing up thing, because he just like unveils everything all of a sudden. Like he thought Batman was on his side the whole time.
yeah, he's like, you're supposed to be here. Like, of course, yeah, we're gonna watch
Yeah.
together. It's gonna go off in like 5 minutes or something. Cool, hey, glad to have you. And then it's just like, what?
Yeah, no, that was honestly like I love the fucking production design and the Batmobile and like a bunch of little points in it, but honestly that scene is my favorite fucking part of like any Batman movie. That was a great fucking scene.
I like the like Riddler extremist angle was also a lot of fun. Honestly, like
It was interesting, yeah.
I like
cool
that.
way to take
Yeah,
it.
it was-
Yeah, that was
that
cool.
was an
That was cool. I
interesting
liked it. I
direction.
believed, and I honestly, that was why I said I was rooting. I was not necessarily rooting against Batman, but I was like, I wasn't that stoked on him to win, because I was like, sure, fucking kill all the politicians, fuck it. Even the one that the movie is pretending to be a good guy is just fucking AOC. She's a fucking liar too.
Yeah,
Fuck it, kill her.
no, Batman honestly could have stayed out of some of it, and he would have been fine in my book. But,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. He did.
Yeah, and like I've fucking seen like a bunch of like fucking video essays and shit posted lately about the scene where fucking Batman like saves the kid at the very end or whatever. And I fucking ran out to take a piss because like 2 seconds before it shows the kid, it looks like he's gonna save the fucking politician lately. And I was like, okay, I need to take a piss. So I just fucking ran out. So I didn't even see the fact that he rescued the kid. I thought he was gonna rescue the fucking politician bitch. And I was like, okay, I don't
like
give a
just
fuck.
as like his little hand came out, like you were like turn your back just as it was like
literally the frame that probably
Yeah.
happened.
Literally,
I was
literally
standing up
the
to
frame.
piss.
Oh, it's
Because like as soon as you left it, I was like, oh,
fucking funny. That is so funny.
I was like, no way. Does he think like it's gonna be that like obvious and like? But it's like no. He's not like mad about like it being the girl, right? Because it's like obviously it can be the kid. Because like look at the hand, like, and it's just like, yeah, it was a kid. And I was like, oh yeah, there he is. And like just as the door like was swinging open, I was like, and he's gone.
Yeah. Well, that's.
I was like, that's gonna be a big reveal. He's gonna be mad about.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not that mad about it because I know what happened. You explained it to me, and I was like, oh wow, that's much
I'm a
better.
good storyteller. You know what? That's it's not that I'm funny. It's more of what I'm learning. I'm a good storyteller.
You got charisma.
No,
If I
you're funny to a
charisma,
certain
kid.
extent. Well, like
You got charisma.
Oh me?
You
Yeah,
got
I'm
charisma.
fucking
You
got
I'm
chutzpah,
swimming in
kid.
it, but it's like it's really aggressive charisma. It's like because I don't care about other people enough. I'm a bit of a narcissist. I like you guys though, but like
yeah, that's nice. I'm glad that I like you too, you fucking bitch.
right. But it's like when I mean like when I'm like on this job where it's like Roman and Jacob and Madison. I don't really care too much about. So it's just like I'm being pretty loose with it. But
Who are Roman and Jacob and Madison?
Roman and Jacob. So Roman is a Mexican Jew from LA who is assistant to the DP Jacob, who is a South Korean from New York, and Madison is the LA
Okay, so
producer.
these are just a bunch of people from us. So I thought that they were gonna hire like Montanans for the fucking reshoot.
No.
Apparently they didn't.
This is a very the camera guys are a very trusted cleanup crew. Like all they do is fix the shit people fuck up. And Madison's just she's really passionate about this project, which is funny because I was shit talking Fisk like immediately as soon as she landed. And she really likes him, so I was like, he's not too bad.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone always starts out liking him.
Yeah, it's just like I don't really like him. It's just like he kind of lies a lot about Butte too. Is kind of why I don't like him. It's just like
It's not necessarily lies. He's just a full of shit guy.
yeah, it's just like he's got shit eating green, and it's like everyone likes him too much. It's like nah. It's weird. I might just tell her that's like it's a vibe, but I also vibe with her too because she's in that whole esoteric ideal that like money isn't real. It doesn't exist. Like you should focus on yourself before you focus on anything else, kind of thing. Because I hit her real hard when I was just like, all I had was a kefir this morning, so I'm kind of a little lightheaded. And she was like, oh, eat. And I was like, no, it's fine. She was like, no, you have to. I was like, I like to do fasting for spiritual and physical reasons. And currently I'm just having a little one right now. And she was just like, oh, I was like, I'm not starving myself. I'm doing it on purpose for a reason.
Well, you should find yourself like a crazy LA chick. I bet you could snag one.
That seems like the thing that you're built for, Brandon. You need to bring in that you're the kind of planetoid that's going to fucking be able to absorb those kinds of strange moods.
It's weird too, because it feels like LA people like me a lot, but I think it's just because I don't fucking care.
Yeah. And that's out of the ordinary for them types.
Yeah, it's like for them, it's like, oh, that has to be an ironic thing, but for me, it's like I legitimately do not fucking care. Like I was just dropping like some real heavy like pill shit on like Roman or something because like they brought up oh fuck that was like also was pissing me off about fucking JP was talking about like Hillary Clinton and shit and fucking Kamala. And I was like, oh, because it's
What was JP saying? What was my fucking mayor saying about Kamala?
he was just like, oh, like I'm really glad she was one of the people to stand up. I'm really sick of like these senators who say we shouldn't be helping innocent people, and it's like I'm really glad we have someone who's kind of like willing to go against the Russians right now. And it's just like, fucking idiot. Fuck you. You fucking just you
What a
talk
fucking
piece.
cuck. What a fucking cuck. Why would Butte be getting involved in the war?
Who was this?
It was a mayor.
That's
It was
the
a
fucking mayor, dude. That's
Of
my
Butte?
fucking
Oh my
mayor.
God.
Yeah. But then and Fisk kind of like brought up too because he was talking about like he met Bill and Obama. And he was like, I really like him. And it was like, I think Masson was like, or he was like, I haven't met any other presidents after that, or I need like to be elect. I didn't meet Hillary. She always seemed kind of like a cunt to me. I fucking laughed at that. I fucking smacked the PO. Like, damn. No, Fisk.
Or, well, he's just correct there.
Yeah, Fisk, and he was talking about that, and like, it got him ass inside, but then like, later, he was like, yeah, that was weird. He brought up like Hillary and Kamal like that. I was like, we should, because like, let's talk about Bill Clinton like doing the 3-strike rule, which is primarily why most prisons are overpopulated with African American kids on like petty charges like possession. And Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris is one of the people who doesn't let people leave prison for such petty things, and instead like extends their stay and puts them into like hard labor for the state for profit of California.
He's
And
not
like, what?
retarded, at least.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. Because we were packing up, and I said that to Roman and Jacob. And he was like, "What?" I was like, "You gotta know your fucking politicians better, man. These guys are running the world."
Were they surprised that he said that?
That I said that? Maybe.
No,
I don't know.
he said. Did they not believe him when he said that fucking?
I said that. Fisk brought up politics. I ended it because I was sick of it. I said that, and I left. I said I dropped a hard pill on them. That was the hard pill. I was like, fuck politics. Because this whole time too, I've been like saying fuck politics. I also dropped like I don't like any politicians. I think they're all bad people to Roman, and he was like, I think politicians do good. And I was like, I don't. I just disagree with you.
That's just an
I can change my
incorrect
mind. Yeah, I was like, I'm sorry, but like, I don't hold that position. I don't like any of them. I think we need to kick them all out or kill them.
Yeah. That's the only reasonable solution.
Even the good ones are bad.
The only good politician is one that's advocating for absolute annihilation of the political like everything that like the platform that they stand for. They have to just like be tearing that down.
Destroy it.
Yeah, because the entire fucking system that puts them in power is fucking corrupt. And all their fucking friends and bosses when they get there are corrupt.
Yeah, it's just like
it's a fucking joke. It's literally like I understand your frustration, Ray. It's I don't like to say that like fucking any idea is wrong like from other perspectives on a lot of things, but like generally fucking politicians there's no fucking way to fucking entirely revoke them from what they are a part of. The ones who are actually in charge have bought into the system. That's the only way they got there.
And that's why I like Jess, because she also hates fucking authority. She didn't back down from the all cops are bad after the riot stop. She's still like fuck pigs. It's like, yes, you get it. You're not just someone who's following the fucking
Well, not all cops are bad.
No, all cops are bad.
No, not all cops are bad.
Cops can just fucking shoot you. They can just shoot you for any small transgression and get away with it. They're bad.
Just because they can doesn't mean that all of them are.
No, that's the problem. That they can't. So all cops are bad until they can't.
It doesn't mean that all of them are bad.
All of them are bad until that's not a thing they can do anymore. That's the thing. Because you can't trust a cop if you think he's gonna shoot you. So all cops are bad. Fucking freezing.
Give them a why would you give them a reason? Not to fucking like not to be a fucking like on a law level. I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying like fucking why would you give a cop a reason to shoot you?
Jesus. So fucking cold up here. Sorry. I know you have like. I know you have like.
Grant, were you filming in the Hennessy building?
That's tomorrow or today.
And not in the Hennessy mansion. And not in the Hennessy mansion, but the Hennessy building.
Can check real quick. I had some Kenzie Rivers not sitting well.
Jess is still ordering from the same fucking places.
We had Max Tavern the first day. Then we had
nice.
We had Fred's yesterday. And today was Mac, and I was just like, even Fred's was kind of better than this, man. Fuck. It's so like Applebee's. It's so like Applebee's. It's so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking freezing, dude. It's in my bones from being outside all day.
Yeah, I know, right? You were at the Cabbage Patch tonight?
Yeah, we got some pretty nice shots, but I had to fucking be a bastard and like push the camera guys and be like, hey, we got to be out here by like fucking 10. So like, you've taken 20 minutes on this first cab.
I have a podcast, sir. I have a
no. It wasn't even that. It was just like you guys have taken 20 minutes on the first fucking cab, and it should only take 10. So it's like I'm gonna stay here now with you guys, and I'm gonna kind of like. Be a bit of a nuisance, but also help you move shit, so we go faster. And then we just fucking busted it out, and we were out there about like 10. So it was still like fucking 3 hours in the cold.
Yeah, no, I bet you're fucking. I'm sorry. Like, are you doing like? Are you hauling a bunch of shit around like just for the camera crew and the art department, or
yeah, all they have is
coolers and shit too? Still,
no coolers. It's like 5 of us. We just gave them like some box of nuts and jerky and some like candy and said, there you go. Ask us for water.
There's no fucking crafty.
Why would there be? It's fucking 5 people.
I don't know, man. Even with like small crews, like you still fucking.
We have water and we have some snacks.
Wow.
They have like.
I understand it's efficient. It's very efficient.
No,
that sounds awful.
It's just because we don't have space either, because all they have is an SUV.
What is this?
And I do end up carrying a lot of their Pelican cases in my fucking.
You don't have
Honda.
crafty?
And Jess has her truck.
What do you have to eat?
What do you mean? Oh, just what do you mean? Oh, just like nuts, jerky, kettle chips, and some water.
That's kind of crafty. If you have and candy. It's sitting around. That's
yeah,
that's kind of crafty.
We have 2 different flavors of nut packs, heart healthy, and like the other one. And then we have like spicy.
Turmeric? The turmerics?
No, it's not those ones. It's like the nice ones. I got the planter shit.
You got the good shit now.
Then
yeah, people.
And I got like 2 bags of jerky, one spicy, one peppered from Old Trapper, and then it was Fuck, what else did I get? Shit. Like a big bag of like Starbursts and Skittles and fucking like bubble gum and shit.
Yeah, no, that's honestly that's a reasonable craft.
And oh yeah, a 12-pack of Monster. That's a reason. That's reasonable for a small. Yeah, and all they have is an SUV. So I have to carry a lot. I just end up carrying their shit because it's like you guys can find your shit faster, and if you don't have to like move everything each time, this just will go quicker. I'm assuming these guys ain't as efficient as the folks as like Dion or Jay. Well, they're good. It's just they don't have the space. That's all it is. And like they just don't have the equipment. Yeah, it's just like they're not in a van. It's like an SUV. And 3 of them have to be in it. Because for some reason Masson won't just go with fucking Jess. It's like, just go with
Man, that is so fucking weird that they like had to hire why like because there are companies around here that have fucking vans. Why fucking hire New York and fucking LA people to fly out without equipment and things?
Because they're probably super pissed off that like this is costing them more money now because of Brian's fuck ups. They're like, we're not fucking wasting money on amateurs. We're using trusted people.
It's not amateurs, dude. I'm talking about
they're using trusted people. They're using people. I'm talking
about film lights, dude. Them's trusted people. That's it. Fucking people gotta hire more Montanans. I'm not fucking judging them entirely. I just fucking hate this fucking national shit where they just fucking don't hire anybody from the state.
Is their cleanup crew. This is their designated Travel Channel cleanup crew. It's not a state thing. This is just what their job is. That's all it is. That's just straight up what their job is. It's not like, because why would they hire? I wouldn't do that if I ran a company like the Travel Channel. That's retarded. To just like leave it to random fucking, to leave it to random
I feel like
fucking
you could have
locals
more
instead of a
incentives to do
trusted
that,
team
though.
that I could send anywhere. Yeah, that's way easier and cheaper because I could just deal with people that I know and I don't have to like deal with random local bullshit because it's like I'll send you here, you get a couple PAs, do your thing.
I don't know, man. Like I understand that, but you could extrapolate that to fucking
No, it
every
would cost
single.
so
You could
much more.
extrapolate that to every single part of filmmaking, and that's why the entirety of that crew, when we actually worked on the show, was out of state. And
No,
that's a sure, that's an all right